She said that American soccer fans, most of them aren't smart. They don't know the game. They don't understand.
Gio.
That guy gazpacho.
The Forbes can take a lame gorilla, okay?
Right, did you know that Arsenal? Guys.
He's got me buzzing.
Up the top, it's hard to up him anyway.
I'm just gonna comment on that.
Good idea.
Welcome into Footy with the boys after a US World Cup knockout victory. Boys,
First one in how long?
it's 24 years.
24 years.
That is a long time. About as old as we are. Us young lads.
Little lads.
Us wee little lads then. The US beats Bosnia 2-0 to advance to the round of 16. Obviously, we'll run through it throughout the game, but initial reactions, I think maybe a little bit of bittersweet with a red card that we'll certainly get into. But how are you guys feeling about US World Cup knockout victory here?
Feel awesome. On we go. Huge win, and we're not stopping now.
We beat Bosnia, and we beat Herzegovina. So I'm feeling twice as good.
We won 2 knockout games.
2 knockouts.
2 countries, 1 ref, 10 men, 2-0, bitch.
No, dude, I'm feeling good. I have like a post game like glow, like still.
Post game glow.
Exactly.
You are glowing.
You look
Just-
beautiful.
I felt emotional about it yesterday, the morning after. Just,
You look beautiful the morning
I
after.
mean, incredible, right? That was.
Consuming content right now. I feel so happy listening.
I do. I think everybody stepped up. It was always going to be a gritty game, a hard game, but the team showed a ton of character. So, yeah, I'm just beyond excited
Yeah.
about it.
I mean, it's a game. We'll kind of run through the timeline here. First half, it starts off without an early goal, which is an own goal. Yeah,
No.
that as well.
They
which
figured
is-
us out.
Yeah, that was. I think we said, what happens if we can't score early because they are playing a low block. They push up a little bit at times.
Yeah.
The pressure.
It felt more like a mid-block.
Yeah, it was a little bit more mid-blocky-esque. But in that 5-3-2 kind of formation that they were defending in, we couldn't really break it down. A lot of times I think it was early on we were
Lack of confidence.
maybe a little too safe with it, saying the only way Bosnia really hits us is if we mess up.
Yep.
So we were playing not to mess up. I think it took a little bit to get into it. Then, chances started coming a little bit later. We were still maybe a little bit off. What did you guys make of the start of the game? Because it wasn't the best start to the game. Obviously, we end up finding our way into it a little bit later, but that start, just how it looked, I was maybe a little bit off. Do you think it was just down to confidence, the playing it safe, or do you think it's also the nerves, maybe the knockout game?
You guys know I was very against it.
You were very negative.
8 minutes in, I was like, this does not look like the team I've been watching, which was very nerve-wracking. And yeah, I think a lot of it was just like some caution. I think we talked about a lot on the preview, like biggest way we're going to have a chance at losing this game is if our back four does something stupid. And they ended up having most of the possession. Even when our midfielders kind of got the ball, it was mostly like back to goal, just play it right back, not too much penetration going on. That's what she said. But for the most part, it was pretty safe, pretty nothing going on. Even when they had moments where they could turn on the ball or maybe take on a guy or definitely play a lot of through balls. There was probably 5 or so opportunities to do so. Balogun made some great runs that I don't think were found pretty early on. So yeah, I was pretty apprehensive. I wasn't saying we were going to lose, but I was like, this is not the same team and we're in for a much different game. And oh boy, were we.
Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. Initially, it looked like a team where a lot of the guys had not played in a week, where passes were not on the
That's
money.
fair, yeah.
Midfielders were not turning to play progressive. I think it just took them some time to get into the game. I thought Jedi started off really poorly.
Yeah.
He's been great all tournament about playing that ball into the channel for Balogun to run onto, for Pulisic to run onto.
So many.
Yeah. Whoever's in that space, he played a few passes that were off the money, and his touches were just kind of sloppy to start the game, but he grew into it really well. And I thought Pulisic was kind of, I don't know if that was the idea. He would pinch in so much, but he was not in like an effective space where he could create a ton of change. So those first 15 minutes, you're like, okay, I don't
30
know where
minutes,
the
yeah.
attack's going to come from.
Yeah, I think Bosnia really tried to shut down the wide areas, and so much of the U.S. attack has come to the wide area. So
Yeah.
hats off to Bosnia and that their manager for that. And it definitely frustrated Jedi, I think, a lot. I think Pulisic, the time that he got included was when he grabbed the ball and then cut in, and that the middle of the field was open. That's where I think you saw later in the game.
Yeah.
Malik Tillman's having success, that Weston McKennie's having success, even Tyler Adams on the ball he flicks it on for that ultimately what became the first goal. So I think it was realizing, shit, the outside play isn't working as well. Can we try something else?
I do think Pulisic deserves a lot of credit though in the early game when everyone else was, and for the whole
He
game
was
to
the
be
only
fair.
creator then. Yeah.
But when everyone else was kind of faltering and kind of out of ideas, honestly, I think he recognized pretty early that like our game plan isn't working right now. I need to do more to step up and kind of drag us into it a little bit. So he wasn't in good positions, but also like he was going to do things that got the team into better positions.
Sure.
So every time he got it, he did progress into the final third, and that's where you kind of saw that low block starting to form a little bit more than the mid block. So I think he deserves a lot of credit there. And obviously his impact was maybe not felt on the score sheet as much in this game, but I think he was far and away the best player.
Yeah. I mean, Pulisic's been, you can see he's a difference maker. I think to the general public, it's, he's not scoring the goals. He's not, he got the assist in the first game, but didn't get an assist in this one. So it's kind of he's our best player. Why is he not scoring every game like Messi does? Messi's an alien. Pulisic is making huge differences in terms of pushing forward our attack.
Yeah.
But certainly in this next upcoming game, we'll talk about kind of what the role he needs to have. Bosnia did get some chances in this early with the corner that they almost Olympico and that goal kick that he was kind of sat in an offside position, but there is no offsides on that now.
Yeah.
And they had some chances where it was like a little nervy.
Some half chances, yeah.
Yeah, and I think
but better chances than we had early, for sure.
Yeah. They were shots on target, right?
If it had gotten to halftime without a goal for the U.S., I think it would have gotten very scary because they would have been like, we have the confidence, we can go.
Absolutely.
Bosnia's going to be like, we can get one. We've had chances. The U.S. is going to get more frustrated. We start creating more chances. McKennie down the wing, slices it in, and it's off Jenna's head. It goes right over. Balogun had one that he kind of slashed at. Didn't get good contact on it. Goes just back out to the near side there. Pulisic, obviously, like I said, cut through, made that run. Even, I think, the Malik Tillman big ball across his body to Serginho Dest sprinting across kind of started hey, let's start playing the balls into the people who are making runs. And although that ball didn't really work out, you saw the more kind of creative ideas coming out from the U.S. side. Couple offsides goals for Balogun in this tournament. Gets another one in this one, but then ultimately gets his goal. I believe it's Tyler Adams, kind of flicks it on. Tillman gets it, plays it in. Beautiful ball from the Bosnian center back to go right into
left back to center back to Ballo.
to
pinball.
It was everyone contributed
into
on the bench.
Balogun's stride, left-footed, 5-hole, straight through him, goal. No type of offsides could take that one away. Hits the silencer for a second time.
2-time.
Balogun has been a revelation for the U.S. in this tournament. 3 goals in 3 games played for him.
Yeah.
It's incredible. A goal per game in a World Cup, including one in a knockout.
A really good goal too, by the way. Like tough for Bosnia, obviously.
Yeah.
And that ball should have never ended up in a goal, to be fair. But for the ball to change directions like 2 or 3 times on your way over and still be able to take it first time and
He just positions his body. He takes everything first time.
It was really like he made it look easier than it was, which I think is something we've said about Ballo a lot. And I think it's a pretty special quality.
How big has Ballo been for the U.S. here in this tournament, Mike? Because obviously goals are goals,
Massive.
but the amount of chances he's had. In this game, he probably could have had a hat trick. There's the offsides. There's the ones that he gets dragged back by his arm that if he goes down, it's probably a penalty. He doesn't. He tries to fight through and then ends up hitting it right over off the crossbar, I believe. There's a lot of chances he creates or finds himself in that he hasn't scored, but it creates so much pressure on the opposition. And he's scoring goals, and he's combining. Like, how big has Balogun been for this U.S. team?
I don't think you can overstate how massive he's been for this team. I mean, this guy was highly recruited for years for the U.S. men's national team. We wanted him. We finally got him. initially you're like, okay, now what? But in 2 tournaments now, in the Copa America, which didn't go our way, he was the best player. And now in this tournament, he is at least the most important attacking player. That's just how it has been. He's the entire focal point of that attack. His runs when he's going to get the ball, when he's not going to get the ball, are always dynamic, create space for himself or for others to run into, which is an underrated aspect of his game. He's taken all of his goals really well this tournament. A couple of difficult finishes. The one Nick just mentioned, it's not a booming finish by any means. It's a left-footed slap shot across that goes through the goalkeeper. But that's really difficult to manangle your body that way, to make that contact, to know where you are in position to the goal. And he's done that a few times this tournament. He's been very clinical. He's always in the right space. And it's going to be a huge miss for us going into the Belgium game. Absolutely. We do have other talent there, but no one quite like Balogun at the moment.
Yep. So started out second half kind of much of the same, of creating some chances, everything. Then not even a foul called, but coming together of 2 players.
Yeah.
He's injured. They go to VAR during this time while he's down injured. He ends up being fine. But they go there. They're showing the slowed down images, the still frames. It looks very bad. They give the red card. What are the thoughts on the red card given in this scenario, Mike?
All right. Now I have 2 frames of thinking. I've had a few days to sit on this. My thoughts in the moment are, what the fuck? It's not a red card. Pure emotion coming out. Pure fan bias, obviously. I'm like, how can you, like, what are we doing here? Coming together, both challenging the ball, no intent. Oh my God, he gets stepped on. And then as it goes on and on, you see he's going to the VAR. You're like, he's going to call the red card.
If you called the VAR, it's because they believe
it's
you
doomed.
made the error. Yeah,
it's never going to be a good decision when that happens. So automatically not a red card. My initial thought. Now I've had a few days to look at it. I've seen some other opinions. I've seen some other angles. I can understand why a red card was given, but the way they went about it, still incorrect. Incorrect usage of VAR. Yeah. We know that's not how VAR is intended to be used. You can't slow it down to look at every single frame of the foul. You're supposed to look at initial contact, and that's really about it. And you're supposed to look at it in real time, or the correct speed, not slowed down. That being said, he might still give the red card. It is a danger to the player, where the way he steps on his ankle. I do see that. It's entirely
it doesn't look like the cleats really raked the Achilles like it looked like. It was kind of slid down there in real time, and then you make contact with the ankle, which
I get it. Sure, it to the rule of the game, the actual rule of the game, it's probably a red card. But either way, it's a bad usage of VAR, and in the context of a game where there had been fouls previously. That's the first card of the game.
Yeah.
It
also,
seems
there
like
were
a pretty
tactical fouls not given yellows. He was being very lenient, and then this one
seems like a pretty brash decision to make. Hopefully, they remain consistent throughout the remainder of the tournament. That's been another issue. The VAR usage and the consistency are the 2 things I'll point to. Isolated incident, sure, I get it now.
Nick, thoughts on the red card? You were a little bit more on the.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely a red card. And I think multiple things can be true, kind of like Mike just said. With some hindsight of that ref was bad at his job that game. You can't be showing slowed down frames on VAR. Like, that's literally not what it's designed for. But at the very foundation, like, it is absolutely a red card for him to go. I don't know about just grazing the Achilles. I think he got him pretty good. And then,
if you watch it, he did.
And then I think
it's the ankle part that's the damage.
And then I think when he lands like that,
below, it's not red. It's like a yellow. It's supposed to be ankle above is the red card area where you make serious contact.
If you look at that and you think it's not a red, I think that's pretty crazy. Not any malicious intent. I see a lot of people saying it's incidental. Incidental and accidental are 2 completely separate things, and accidental can still be a red card. I think, it was a red card, and in the moment, as soon as I saw those slow frames and they were looking over it, and like there was like water being out and stuff, I think most of the people around us, we were watching this game at the bar. Shout out Southport Betty's, but everyone's like, no way, no shot. I knew it pretty quickly what was about to happen. But honestly, I think even then in my head, I was like, all right, this is setting up for a moment. And I didn't know the moment that was going to come. I thought it'd be a different kind of moment or series of moments. But really the way that they were able to bounce back from this was super impressive and makes this game like the greatest victory that I've ever like watched for the USMNT. Probably the way that they were able to bounce back from this is huge. It is a red, but we move on from there. Obviously, hurts way more for next game than it did for this game. That also being obvious with hindsight. And Bello's going to be missed. I'm sure we'll talk about that in the Belgium game coming up. But yeah, I didn't have any too many issues with the decision other than I think this ref is not very good and it sucks that this happened in this game.
I think if I could detach my emotions from it, I would come to the same conclusion. But I still have that thing in me where it's like, it can't be the case. You've done me a personal wrong.
I don't blame anyone for feeling how they did.
Obviously, I do have my emotions attached. Yeah. So I'm saying I don't think it should have been a red. I think looking at it from a reffing standpoint, you can say if you were showing that video in slow motion and still frames, I think, yeah, you give it the red card.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing it in slow motion and it's like, oh shit, that looks very bad. Yeah. You like twist his ankle. All these things, yes. But once again, like we're talking about with the VAR, the whole thing with them is you're only supposed to use slow motion for like an offside if somebody touches it or where. In terms of intensity or like the severity of what somebody has done, that is supposed to be played in real time. Just the run of play replay, not the still frame.
I think full speed, it looks more like a red as long as you're zoomed in.
No,
like
because then at that point
the intensity looks worse when you're playing
when you watch it full speed. He doesn't really make that much contact at all with the cap. It goes
pretty quick.
It's on the like the side of the cleat, and then it steps on the ankle.
Yeah.
And the ankle step on, that's not red card. It's the Achilles area.
What would have happened if Bosnia did this?
Any referees, let us know your thought.
Okay, clap.
All right. So it was a red card at the end of the day for Balogun. He'll be gone for this game coming up against Belgium.
Red card.
All right, no, Shajan. So the U.S. obviously then playing with 10 men. I was shitting my pants. It was very scary.
Squeaky bum time.
Hunkered down quite a bit.
Yeah.
It was.
Folks let the dogs ride.
Send of punting up.
No
the
subs
field,
to the
some type of
something.
Possession.
Would happen right away. I was shocked he didn't do
But
it.
I think this just shows that Pochettino, because he doesn't sub, I don't think he. Yeah, probably I trust him a little bit more than you, but I just don't think he has that much trust in the bench because when it was like, oh shoot, do we sub? It's like, who do you want to take off? Because Adams is playing amazing, McKennie's playing amazing, Tillman has been maybe our best player of this tournament, Pulisic, he's a difference maker, and then it's defense where it's like, yeah, not really taking them off. So who do you take off?
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
And they did a great job without being taken off.
I initially thought Pulisic as well, but then maybe the coach's thinking is like, okay, if we do get scored on now, you're going to want Pulisic to be on the field. But yeah, I thought he would have brought out Trusty a little bit quicker to make it more of a 5-back. Yeah, take up Des is the easy one.
This is a defender, though. You can just tell him to sit back more. Yeah, he plays it.
Yeah, but if you're trying to see how to lead, who's a defender that's going to defend for you? Austin Trusty, who can actually win stuff in the air and lock it down, or Serginho Dest, who will kind of do some of that.
Serginho Dest did lock it down, though.
He got taken off.
Yeah, I'm just talking about in the moment,
later in the 87th minute.
Yeah.
But
like 20 minutes.
To all the people who did stay on because they all did exactly what I think Poch wanted them to do, and were able to carry on.
I mean, they played an additional 30 minutes. I think initially it was we were punching up the field. Then we kind of realized, hey, we can still possess or find like Pulisic, and Pulisic would beat a man. And all of a sudden, it's like, all right, we either get a free kick because they're gonna hack him down, or we have possession now. And then Bosnia was like, oh shit, we still have 5 center backs on the field, so we kind of have to figure out how we're gonna press them with 10 men
Right.
up the field. So I think it was a bit of tactical to figure out for both managers here of like, oh shit, we were bunkering down. Now we need to figure out how to attack. And it was almost like in the Iran-Belgium game earlier where they had just made a defensive sub, Iran, and they're like, oh, fuck, now Belgium has 10 men. We need to be going for this a bit. And they looked almost confused. I think that was a similar scenario here with Bosnia where they're like, oh shit, yeah, we're on the front foot now. We got to be going for it. Then Sergino Dest gets brought down, pulled back right in front of the 18-yard box. Tillman steps up, bumps into Tyler Adams, steps back up, and then what a beautiful, beautiful free kick to make it 2-0. Ended the game there. Put a dagger in it. Beautiful topspin. Like the replay showed like an inch away from the defender's head, which was like a 6'3" defender too. That
was a big wall.
They are tied for the tallest team in the World Cup.
You heard of the Wall of Bosnia?
Yeah.
The Wall of Bosnia.
I have now.
But gets topspin on it, so it hits the goalkeeper's hand, kind of just rolls right in. I mean, talk about that free kick. Should the goalkeeper have saved? I mean, I think it's if you get above the wall and dropping down like that with spin, it's
goalkeepers do save it, and maybe he should have saved it. He got a hand on it.
Goalkeepers have saved that, but
it was a good free kick, but it wasn't particularly hard, and it wasn't up in the top corner. It was the general top area of the goal.
Dropped a lot already. He got that up and
the one benefit to the keeper is the way it gets up and down over the wall. That's always difficult to do, especially when it's that close to the goal. It's a great free kick. It's a great goal. At a great moment. I mean, his set pieces, he's been taking them all game. I think that's the first time we've seen it this tournament where he's the dedicated set piece taker. They were varying in quality.
We were talking so much about like, let's get him in. Let's get him in the box for corners because he's so good out of the air.
He's a bigger profile than Pulisic is, or Dest, or a smaller guy. But he hit the one that counted. Right, sealed the game. Another player who's just stepped up hugely this tournament.
I think you can say he's been our best player this tournament.
I don't think
he's been so fucking good.
There's an argument for that. I mean, we were talking about what position is he going to play in.
Now,
does he fit into this system? What does Poch have identified for him? He's done it all. He's been physically dominating. He's been great on the ball. He's taken his chances well, and now he's scored a goal. That is taking us to the round of 16. So, fuck yeah. Next up, he's going to learn the national anthem.
Yeah.
I think Mike nailed it, and I think we've talked about it a lot too of just like how beautiful the World Cup is and how it really is just moments that you never forget.
Yeah.
And that's gonna. I mean,
that's seared,
that's
right?
the moment in USMNT
that was
history as of right now.
A free kick that allowed America to breathe.
I mean, it was the absolute. I think there was anguish going on after that red card, and you look at how much time is left, and you look at a team that isn't used to defending that well. And you look at a team that's mostly been untested this tournament so far. And so you look at all those things, you see them doing well, you see them even growing into the game, and then to be able to just the relief and the joy and the shock, like the awe at what had happened there. I mean, for him to step up in that moment, be able to get that ball up and over that wall like that, and punch like the second ever win in the knockouts for
second ever knockout win.
Like
Crazy.
for him to have all that on his shoulders, all the context of the game, everything that has just happened, and a guy who hasn't been without his critics, two of which are Mike and I, honestly, for a while before this tournament.
Yeah.
For him to have all that on his shoulders and thinking about all that and still being able to deliver in that big moment,
he was creating so much throughout. The little back heels, the little flicks on, like he is just such a class player, and he's been that. And this goal, I think, has emphasized that for everyone. But yeah, I think obviously US wins this game 2-0 with 10 men for 30% of that game, 30 minutes there. I think one takeaway from each of us, my takeaway is this is a different US team. In the past, if we would have had a 1-0 lead like we did at Copa America against Panama, we sat back with a red card and we invited pressure and just kind of took it on the chin of, oh shit, we're down a man and we just need to take the defensive pressure. In this game, we still created chances when we were down a man. We balled out. We scored a second goal. And same as like even the Paraguay game is these late goals, like at the Gio Reyna, Trivella, creates an added momentum and added buzz. Doesn't allow it to be, oh, we were up 3-0 and then Paraguay's going to the second half. That was it. It's no, Gio Reyna came in, we scored another. We were still looking for them until the final second. This game, yeah, we could have been fine with bunkering in and being like, it was 1-0. That's all we need. No, we scored another one. There's more momentum. There's more to it. This team is just a different U.S. men's national team.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
And I think this game absolutely showed it, right? We talked about a prove-it game, a game where you do face adversity, where you have to show character, and we have not had that yet this tournament.
Very much so here.
This is absolutely it, right? You get the red card. You think it's a decision that's going against you. It obviously is going against you, but you take anger towards it.
Spin zone. This is exactly what the U.S. needed.
Maybe. But honestly,
That's my take, honestly.
I don't think that's that far-fetched.
Yeah, outside of the actual suspension, I don't think. Like, I would have wanted the game to look like this outside of him not being able to play like that.
Yeah.
Like, if you told me, like, and then they can appeal it and now it's overturned. You told me that before the game, I would have said, yes, let's do it. Like, let's try it out. This is the right opponent to do it when there's going to be bigger moments coming up soon, hopefully. And so I thought it went as good as you possibly could have hoped for outside of what we're going to talk about next. But, I mean, just such an impressive win. I think you guys kind of hit it on the head. We learned the mentality of this team's huge. Tim Ream afterwards being asked.
Tim Ream was great.
Tim Ream was great, first of all. But after being asked, like, what'd you learn? He's like, nothing. Like, I know that this is who we are.
Fuck, I love that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
To have that confidence in the locker room, but then to have that affirmation in the locker room of like, like every professional athlete has that confidence, but when shit actually hits the fan, like, you need to have experiences to actually back it up, and now they do. And things are going to be hard in Belgium, and hopefully we get the chance to continue having many more hard moments. And this is just going to start to like, hey, we can get through these things. Lean on your people around you, and we can get through it together. It's monumental. You can't overstate how much this means to the entire U.S. Soccer Federation.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, I think it's just a huge moment. Coming back, the comments after the game with Tim Ream talking about, hey, what did you learn from this game? They ask him, and he kind of says, honestly, I didn't learn anything from this game. This is kind of who we knew we were, and we had all the confidence in the world to step up in that moment. And it's one thing to actually like say that and like, yeah, we know we're going to step up, but then actually have experiences to back that up. Does huge things for the mentality of this group. And when more adversity will come, as I'm sure it will versus Belgium, and hopefully we'll get more adversity after that, or the chance of more adversity, they're going to be able to like look back at this moment and say, yeah, we can get through tough things like that. So you can't overstate the importance for the entire like U.S. landscape, but also for this specific group as we hopefully continue to advance throughout this tournament.
Yeah. I mean, adversity is certainly going to be coming in the face of the Waffle Merchants, Belgium, in the next round. Round of 16 against a Belgium team that came back from 2-0 down in the 85th minute to Senegal. Oh, poor Senegal. They threw it away. 2 goals, 85th minute and 89th minute, and they were then even. Then the latest goal in World Cup history, 123rd minute, I believe, Delmans slots home a penalty.
Really good penalty, by the way.
Yeah, just absolutely
unstoppable.
Right to the top corner.
Bit of a controversial call.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of VAR in that one as well, but Belgium has come back. They looked awful for 70% of that game.
I think Senegal's mad.
Interestingly enough, in that one, they subbed out Doku. They subbed out De Bruyne in the 55th minute. 2 of the players you would think would be their stars that they would want on the pitch. You wonder if that potentially affects the starting 11 for Belgium.
It instantly looks better.
But the starting 11 for the U.S. is obviously a big focus now because Balogun is out. Yeah. There is no appeal process for the red card. He will be out for this game. Obviously, he is the leading scorer. He scored a goal per game. Who do we start? Do you change at all the formation to fit somebody else in, or you just go with that striker change up top?
I think you just go with a striker change up top. I think you have 2 guys who are suitable, who are skilled enough to fill the role. It's going to be different from what Balogun offers, but they can do the job. And then everything else looks so good. I think you leave it as is. Pepe's played a fair amount this tournament, so I think
Yes.
he'll be the natural choice. He's not been nearly as clinical or looked that great in front of goal even, but other facets of his game have been big contributors. Haji Wright, we really have not seen at all. I still like what he offers, but I think he would be like a dark horse choice to start this game.
Yeah. Nick, is it just I think Pochettino has shown that he likes Pepe. Pepe this tournament has not had the greatest, but obviously he had a great European season, looked good in that friendly against Senegal. But is it maybe time to throw out like a Haji Wright, or do you think it's still just keep with Pepe and
I know you fall on the Haji camp. I fall very firmly on the Pepe camp. I think the performance he delivered against Bosnia was incredibly underrated. Apparently, I was so impressed by him as soon as he came on. That's kind of been a lot of people kind of throwing some cold water on that for me. But I mean, I'm gonna trust my eyes on this one. I thought he was amazing. The hold up play, the link up play, the way he was finding space in and out. I think also he offers something different to Balogun, which we debated this coming into the tournament, and clearly I was very wrong. I said Pepe should start because he offers something a little bit different to Balogun, and I like the style that we play with him. That was stupid. Balogun's just a much better player. But at the end of the day, it's still true that he's going to be something a little bit different, and he's going to offer something a little bit different. And I think it's going to be of a benefit to the team. I think you put a lot of trust in him in general, especially in that second game when he started in kind of an unfamiliar role. And I think you continue to place that trust in him. So I don't think we can judge him too hard based off of his performances so far when he was kind of played in a different role and then only given spot appearances. I have confidence in him. I think he'll be the guy. I think, whether or not you think it's Pepe or Haji that should be starting, I think most of us probably agree it's probably going to be Pepe, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I know you're thinking Haji, Flex.
Yeah, I think Haji might be a good choice here. I think obviously, like you said, there was an argument of, should Pepe start for the World Cup? I was always on the Balogun camp, but it wasn't a crazy argument at all. And plenty of people had that of, I think Pepe has done all these things for PSV, Champions League, all whatever. And he looked great in the friendlies. In this World Cup, I don't think he's looked the greatest. I think his hold-up play has not been incredible. I do think Australia game where he got the most of his minutes, it's in a two-striker formation, and maybe that impacted him to where that's not what he really excels in. I don't think he necessarily in this Bosnia-Herzegovina game did anything outstanding to be like, oh my God, he's back. I don't think he looked awful either. From this World Cup so far, I haven't been super sold on Pepe. Haji, I think, is more likely to make this similar type of runs in behind and have that physical hold-up play because he's been playing in the championship a lot more physical than Eredivisie. And that's obviously been the knock on Pepe is his hold-up play and just how lanky he is. Can he have that strength to deal with, big center backs on your back? So we'll see how that works out. I think it will be Pepe, and I want him to have a legacy game and get back on El Tren. Choo-choo.
I would throw some cold water on it's a similar profile to Ballo.
No, I don't think the same profile, but I think some of the same traits he gives you.
Yeah, but Pepe will also make runs. I mean, it's not I think it might be disrespectful to Ballo because I think Ballo's runs in behind are so intelligent.
Yeah.
It's timed so well that no matter who you throw out there from this crowd,
we're not getting anything close.
It's not anywhere near that. So I think if you're looking, if you're saying on the ball, I could see that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Running at a back line, I could see that a little bit more. But I have other guys who are going to do that for me. So I'm going to go balls to the wall for whoever starts. I'll tell you that much, though.
Hell yeah. I mean,
Gio?
I think the
Gio?
thing is the people calling for a Gio for I'll put Tim Way and just have a pace up there.
Not Tim Way.
You don't want to. I don't think you want to make two changes to this lineup to replace one. I don't think you want to shift formation around or do anything like that. Be like, well, let's put Pulisic up top and have somebody else. I don't think you want to make any more changes than you have to because looking at the starting 11, there's not a player I want to be like, oh, you know what? We could see somebody else there. Every single player that's in the starting 11 right now, it's like that is our guy. And I don't want anybody from the bench. I don't want to see this person could actually do this. And maybe you could say going into the tournament, strike would be the position where you'd be like, if somebody were to miss a game, it's okay because we have Pepe, we have Haji, who are also having crazy good seasons as strikers. Obviously, Balogun has done what Balogun has done, so it makes the conversation a little different, but still, I don't think it's that far off. I don't think you want to miss a McKennie. You don't want to miss a Tillman. You don't want to miss an Adams.
But you wouldn't just straight swap Gio in and like play more of a false 9 or have.
I don't think
like,
you want to change that
Bulls, like,
system.
Motherf-
No,
yeah.
because it's the runs in behind that have been so
I agree.
dangerous,
Just
So
asking
I
questions.
don't think Gio Reyna's doing that.
I don't think so. I think you brought 3 strikers for a reason. I think you should trust the 2 that are available this day.
And they're
I
good.
expected to be Pepe, but I think both of them are quality players.
I
they're
promise you,
very
we
different.
see both.
I mean, there's a chance
definitely
that all 3 of them are in the
could happen.
Premier League next year. Fulham going after Pepe. Haji's already there with Coventry, and Balogun is now being
He's
linked
coming to
every
Everton,
gigantic
right.
club. So he's coming to Everton. Yeah.
So I think you need to
Severed him.
trust the players to play that position. That being said, if Poach sees something else, he identifies a tactic, and he wants to
I'd trust him.
change the formation and play without a striker, okay.
He's earned the benefit of the doubt. Yeah.
I hated that against Portugal. I didn't think it looked good. But he's proved that he can be adaptable already in this tournament. He did it against Australia effectively. He did it with Paraguay. We looked really good. And even Turkey was a bit different. So we've had 3 different styles of a similar formation. So he showed adaptability. But my thinking is we should stick with playing one of our strikers.
Yeah. So we've determined, Coach, we're running with Pepe as the starting striker for Belgium. They also have quite a few questions about who they're going to play because in this game against Senegal,
Yep.
Senegal did really play a lot like how the U.S. play with a high counter-pressing tactic that made Belgium look like ass early on. They were getting it taken to them. Senegal probably could have had 2 to 3 goals more than what they ended up getting, and were maybe a little bit wasteful with their chances. Belgium looked bad with the starting lineup they put out. They had Charles de Ketelaere up top. They subbed him off at halftime for Lukaku. They had in Kevin De Bruyne to start. They had in Doku to start. They were doing absolutely nothing. They subbed both those players off. Luka Bacchio comes on. What do you think Belgium does out of this game? Obviously, we know the stars. They have the Courtois net. That's not changing. They have De Bruyne in the midfield. They have Tielemans had an amazing game, obviously, throughout. You have Doku, who gave us fits last time, but taking them off is the only time that they saw success.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Rudy Garcia at all flirts with the idea of start them from the bench, start with that same lineup that had the momentum, that was able to figure out a Senegal team that realistically did play a lot like the U.S.?
No, I don't think he'll tinker with his starting lineup that much. He might make the same changes he did against Senegal in the game, but I don't know. I don't think he has that personality to drop his 2 clear star players.
Dropped him in the 55th minute of a knockout game.
One I could see he makes a change, which it's happened already a few times this tournament, is who starts up top. I mean, Lukaku comes on and scores a great goal.
Yeah.
That's a striker's finish, a veteran with experience.
He's done that twice as a sub.
He has.
Yeah.
There's still concerns about his fitness, but I wouldn't be surprised if he contends to start in this game, even if he can't go the full 90. That would be the change I'd look out for most. I could see that being a bit scary for our back line, just because he is still a crafty player, very physical, and could take a chance when he gets it. I like this matchup for us, though. I think, assuming it's a similar midfield to what we've seen for Belgium all throughout the tournament, it's very attractive for the press that we play, the athleticism that we have. We can take it to them and make it uncomfortable and try to force some errors, which I think will be a successful strategy. Going to Senegal for a second, super talented team, but what they lack is organization. Their backline's been a fucking mess all tournament. They've made some real big tactical errors and some questionable substitutes. No lack of talent. Definitely good enough to beat that
Plenty of talent.
Belgian team. Should have won that game on talent alone. But they've just made too many errors. And I think we're more tactically disciplined than they are. So that would benefit us.
Yeah. Nick, obviously, elephant in the room is we played Belgium before.
Yeah.
Very recently in March. And it was a 5-2 result. In that game, obviously, no Chris Richards, no Tyler Adams, no Jedi was at no Dest, no Alex Freeman. There was, both teams really had like six players ish, about 6 players that are not part of their starting 11 now. Belgium also didn't have a good amount of their players in there. They had Onana starting in their midfield. It is a different squad for both. In that game, the U.S. obviously get out to an early lead, 1-0, allow a goal in right at the end of the half, and then you do sub out one of your midfielders in that one, and it was Tanner Tessman and Johnny Cardoso. I think subbed out Cardoso for Christian Roldan. All of a sudden, the U.S. lose control. We allow 3 goals in, sub out even more of our players. We allow 2 more in after that. How much do you take from that? Or is it, hey, you know what? That was completely different teams, completely different formation too for both teams. And how much can you take from a friendly in March while we're in July in World Cup?
Not much. You can't take too much from it. Obviously, I think tactically the coaches are looking at it and maybe trying to shore up a couple different things or trying to expose a couple different things. But in like World Cup time, that was so long ago. A lot of things have happened since then. If that game had happened like in the 2 warm-up games before, I'd take it a little more seriously. But a lot has happened since then. That's also like the window right before the last stretch of like club seasons for a lot of people. So I'm not too concerned about it. Much more concerned about someone who's going to be missing this game as opposed to what happened in the last.
Tim Way at right back in that game against Doku as well.
Yeah, so I'm not too concerned. I think Mike said like this a good matchup for us. I do think there'll be some advantages. Good matchup might be strong.
Yeah,
you're definitely not scared or anything like that. I think you're coming in with full confidence.
It's a 50-50-ish game here.
And from here on out, like there are 16 teams left in the world once you step on that field, buddy. Every single game is gonna be a dogfight. Yeah. You're gonna be playing hard teams with a lot of talent on the other side. It's gonna be who can show up in the moments that count. So, it's gonna be a hell of a game. Looking forward to it. Just got done playing the biggest game in American history. On to the next one.
How does the last Belgium result make you feel going into this one if you're the U.S.? Because they were down 2-0 against Senegal. They looked horrible for 60 minutes of that game and then kind of started putting some pressure on. Does that make you feel like, oh, they barely escaped? It's the latest multi-goal comeback in World Cup history. It's the latest goal in World Cup history that allowed Belgium to come through in this game, and they looked horrible at the start against a team that plays a similar counter press that the U.S. did. Does that make you feel like, oh, wow, the U.S., this is a great opportunity? Or is this oh, shit, they have so much talent that they didn't even have to play well and were able to get 3 goals 85th minute past?
I'd say more of the former. I don't want to come across like too confident here. Because then you're just setting yourself up. Maybe
you are.
Belgium,
this
let me
is
preface
crazy.
this.
A tad big earring, as our Australian fellow would say.
Belgium obviously has the pedigree, the experience, some of those players who have played in the biggest games who are world-class talents at their peak, which we don't have, right? De Bruyne could change a game at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Jeremy Doku could create something out of absolutely nothing. We know that. Lukaku scored some very big goals in his time. That all being said, they've been one of the least impressive teams for me this entire tournament. I thought they were disappointing all throughout the group stage. They were disappointing for 80 minutes of this game against Senegal and then turned it on. And credit to them, that was quite a comeback.
Against who's their first game? As Egypt, they drew and had to come back for that one with a late equalizer by Lukaku.
Iran 0-0.
Iran
and then
0-0 because he had a red card.
Blew New Zealand out of the water.
Yeah.
But it was close for
a good
first half of the game.
Yeah.
So I think they've been pretty disappointing. And
they've been hanging on.
Yes. And I think we have the momentum. We have a better system. And I think when you're comparing it to that game in March, that's a team who's still learning how to play a system. They don't have all the same players. Now. It is a very complicated system for the international game. I think we're playing one of the more complicated.
I think it's also why you see just the starting 11 going so long is you need the people that know exactly what they're doing.
They need to know exactly what the role is.
Around them.
Yes, and it is hard to drill. And I think this team is now well drilled.
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge advantage for us. And going back to the Senegal team, like if you watch them throughout the entirety of the tournament, it's been the same thing. They've had no lack of talent going forward. They've scored goals in bunches, but they capitulate at the back. They make error after error, and they let teams hang around and beat them when they shouldn't. I don't think that's our team. I think we're more polished than that. We obviously have to prove it on Monday. It's going to be the biggest challenge yet. But I think the boys should be full of confidence. I think they should go in knowing that they can win this game if they play well. Someone's just going to need to take their chance, and hopefully that's Pulisic. This is a huge opportunity for him. Weston McKennie, huge opportunity for him. And then Malik Tillman and Pepe, two guys who are really coming into their own, Tillman especially, have huge opportunities to have a mark on this game.
Yeah, I think this is a legacy game for
the whole team.
Pulisic, for the whole team, for
U.S. soccer
for U.S. soccer in general.
Right?
I've seen people being like, "Oh, well, if we lose here, it's the same as it's always been." I don't think that's necessarily true because we've gotten a larger amount of wins, and I think the media around it has created a lot of attention that will grow the game tremendously. It's also a home World Cup, but if you win this game against
I don't think
Belgium
we're
side,
there yet, by the way. Of like this USMNT team has grown the game tremendously. I think this win does that.
I think this win sends it to a different stratosphere of holy shit, we beat Belgium, and it's also a revenge factor of
2014.
Tim Howard made 16 saves and Wondolowski missed his chance and we lost that game. And the two goal scorers in that, Romelu Lukaku and Kevin De Bruyne for Belgium, are still there.
Christ, they're old.
That is old. And that's a whole nother part of the story, right? At that time, we're massive underdogs. Belgium is coming into their golden generation.
Yeah.
Got all the talent in the world. Really, we shouldn't be competing. Now it's a lot closer matchup. Yeah. Now we need to prove it, right? We think it is. We know it is from the American fan base. But the rest of the world's still going to be thinking, well, now they get to play a big European team. This is where they're always going to lose. We need to change the narrative.
They'll get found out. And it's can you not get found out? Can you have Belgium find themselves here of, oh, shoot, we have been struggling through this tournament, and the U.S. is a team that now is at that level, and that's what we'll see if we are at that level. If
Fraud watch.
Got to prove it. Yeah,
you got to prove it on this one. Let's go score predictions for this one. USA, Belgium, Monday Night Football in Seattle.
Heritage.
Mike, what is your score prediction for this one?
I was going to say something stupid.
5,700.
2-1. Estados Unidos.
All right.
United States of America.
I have 0-0. U.S. wins on PKs.
PKs?
Oh, my
Matt
God.
Freese overshadowing Thibaut Courtois?
There'd be a puddle under my feet.
I don't think I could watch a PK shootout, bro.
I'm going to go. I was between 2-1 and 3-2. I'm going 3-2 since you said 2-1. 3-2 goals scored. I don't think both sides are going to sit back. I want the U.S. to take it to Belgium. I don't think Belgium are going to sit back and try and sit in a block against the U.S. I think they don't have that respect quite yet for us. So we'll see if it's up to us if we can garner that respect moving forward. Big opportunity for the USA here.
I don't garner that shit. We take it.
Revenge. European team, a top team, and what is the Belgian golden generation, the final remnants of that generation, the one that beat us in 2014. It's time to make some amends here.
Make some new memories, boys.
New memories. Let's make a new U.S. soccer here. Boys, final thoughts before USA, Belgium in the round of 16.
I think we should bring in Chris Wondolowski. Real redemption arc.
It's Chris Wondolowski.
The 100th minute, Chris Wondolowski comes out to the field.
He gives a speech before the game. Everyone's looking at him like, isn't that the guy?
Fucked up to the one.
Where's Julian Green when we need him? That's the
Ruth of
question.
Earth?
Pull him in.
He's still doing the damn thing.
I'm beyond excited. This has been such a great tournament. Just as a soccer fan in general, as a United States fan, absolutely got to see our team perform in a group stage, win a knockout game, and a chance to do it again to go to a quarterfinal, which is such a great opportunity for us. All the knockout games have been awesome. Just cool stories in each one. We got to see a 40-year-old Luka Modric play 41-year-old Ronaldo yesterday.
That's crazy.
Two GOATs in their own respect. I mean, players that define a generation, and probably their last game on the biggest international stage, at a thrilling game at that, no matter the controversy. We'll get to see Messi do it again today. We get to see James do it tonight. It's just, there's a great story every day. I mean, we're only in the round of 32 still, about to enter the round of 16, which is
Crazy.
a normal first stage knockout for us. So plenty of ball left to go, plenty of great games left to go, and the biggest game of all on Monday.
2 weeks left, actually, the World Cup.
It's crazy.
That's sad.
Man, it's flying.
Yeah, I need like 6 weeks left.
I need a perennial. Just
Yeah.
Now that it's played in the U.S., every round after this is best of 7. Yeah, no, it's gonna be awesome. Colombia and Ghana tonight, hell of a matchup. Hopefully los cafeteros are able to see it through and play Switzerland next. But big game on Monday. We will be here to break it down and get all of our instant thoughts and reactions.
All right. So make sure to subscribe, like, comment what you
Score
think
predictions?
your score prediction is here in this. We're not doing it.
Yeah, we do. We got to get an update on our scores.
Commerce hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll do it on
But we
Monday.
should drop some more.
I took Columbia.
It's
Should
fine.
we
Yeah.
do more? And I can
Anywho.
do
We're
another?
doing 1 in 2
No,
days.
no.
It'll be fun.
Should we do it for the
Really?
games today?
Sure, Colombia 2-1.
Uh,
I already have Columbia
Argentina
2-1.
4-0.
Argentina 4-0.
Yeah.
Egypt 5-1.
No, I want to say 3-0. It's a hat trick.
Egypt, Australia 2-2, penalties, Egypt.
Whoa.
Great.
All right, now you have some score predictions. Let us know your score prediction for this USA-Belgium game in the comments. What you think of what we're going to see out of this team, who you would start with Balogun out. And until next time, peace.
The Arsenal is gooning and Nico just lost his voice. Mike and Flags are crying tears of joy for David Moyes. The USMNT just lost again, but there's no choice. It's ride or die until the end on Footy with the boys.
We said before the pod, we're not doing score predictions. And Mike said score predictions.
Why would we do score predictions? We got to do score predictions.